I'm Ian Adamson, Director of Research and Education at Newton Running Company, and welcome to Running Form Friday.
A lot of people get sore calf muscles when they adapt to a level shoe, or no shoe at all for that matter, or a Newton shoe, which of course is very level. And it's for some unexpected reasons. Some are intuitively correct to some extent. If you think that you're getting sore in the calf muscle because you're stretching it out, well, yes, that might be true, especially for people who are chronically wearing high heels. I mean, more than just a running shoe high heel, which is pretty big. Running shoes have pretty big heels on them for regular shoes. But if it's a fashion shoe or even some cowboy boots that have very high heels, and over time that can chronically shorten the connective tissue in the back of your leg, which we're really talking about the calf group for the most part. If you do have that chronic tightness in the back of the leg, it may or may not be flexibility. But it's very specific flexibility. It's not touching your toes. It's actually the Asian squat. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. So the Asian squat, these shoes are level by the way. The Asian squat is where you can get to the ground with both feet on the ground and sit comfortably with your feet level. So this is just because a lot of Asians do this after a time it's quite comfortable. That lets you know you have the dorsiflexion. And look at my foot here. This is dorsiflexion, I lift my toe. If you can do that, chances are it's not lengthened the back of your leg. I am not particularly flexible, and yet my heel is clearly well over an inch lower than the ball of my foot. This is not limiting how I load my heel when I'm running. That's not the limiting factor. It turns out that although length is a contributor, it's actually how your muscle fires, and this is habit. And now we're talking about motor function. Now if you lower a weight, so I've got this weight and I'm in the gym, and I lower this weight slowly, this muscle that supports my arm and the weight is lengthening as I drop it down. So we call this eccentric contraction. I'm contracting, I'm controlling the lowering, so the muscle is actually in tension, but it's lengthening at the same time. This is eccentric contraction, and as most people know who've skied or run down hills, you get quite sore legs doing that because you're lengthening the muscle as you go down the hill, which means you're in eccentric contraction and it's very sore. This is exactly what's happening to the calf group. So when you run, if you're adapting to a lower heel, your muscles fire expecting the heel to be supported. But guess what? Heel's no longer here, heel keeps going down. So the muscle and tendon in the back of your leg keep lengthening. You're in eccentric contraction. It's a very simple concept, but quite hard to explain and understand.